What's up, y'all? It's TRG the Red Goddess, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be making some new black soap powder because I'm running out. I only got one jar left, and because all of my my bowls and glasses that I fill with, all of my ashes and shit, they filled to the max. So it's time to renew. All right. So while I'm making this video, I'll also be talking about working a loved one. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, y'all. So first of all, y'all already know what black soap is. It's a protection powder, and it's sold on www.moonchildmgk.com. You can get it from there, and you can either get it in a tin can or a jar. So those options are available on the site. And if you've been going on this site, you'll see that I have been working on it, fixing things up, making a lot of changes, like approvals and stuff. If you ain't 18 years or older or don't have permission to be on this site, then you shouldn't be on the motherfucking site. Okay? Alright, and you can use this for protection on loved ones. You can use this for protection on self, to protect your home. Sprinkle some in your shoes to stay protected. You in a situation where you feel like you're scared or feel like you're in harm's way. God damn it. All right, y'all. So back to what I was saying. You could sprinkle it in, your shoes, the shoes of a loved one, in the corners of your house, the far corners of your house, like the main important part, or wherever you want it in, like a space that you're looking for protection in, like a room, a bedroom, maybe the living area, or maybe the foyer, or whatever. Wherever you want that protection is, just the far corners of it. Or you can even add it into spell work, around your house to protect your home. Sprinkle it around there. Me, personally, I like to dig up a little bit of dirt, sprinkle it in the dirt so that it actually sits around your home and it's not just blowing through the wind. You know what I'm saying? So that is ways that you can use it. Put it in, I already said workings. But you can put it on petition paper, burn it with petition paper. That you're requesting protection on, whatever. So those are the ways you can use protection. But this video is mostly about spelling a loved one or working a loved one. Alright? So now let's get into that. Okay, so I did write some notes down just so that I don't forget and I don't just be running my mouth on here. And by the way, I just got some incense flowing, some incense for to rid of jealousy and enviousness, because I see that some people be on my YouTube disliking stuff. If you ain't gonna dislike it, say why you don't dislike it, then beat it. The fuck? You gotta press a dislike button. If you don't like it, why the fuck is you watching? Why are you looking at it? If I'm not your cup of tea, don't drink me. Okay? The fuck? But anywho, that's to negate that. Those jealousy, those folks with envy, hate. Like me, if I'm gonna dislike somebody's video, which I don't do, if I don't like it, I just don't react to it. I'll say why. I'll add a comment in there at least. But everybody ain't like me, I ain't expecting everybody to be like me, so it is what it is. But yeah, just to negate all of that. Fucking haters. But anyways, working a loved one. I wrote some notes on it so that I don't get distracted and start just talking, too much and hit all the base points that I want to talk about. Now, the first question is, should you? And I say it all depends. I feel like it really depends on the situation, on the person, how close you are to that loved one, because a lot of loved ones are family, but don't act like family. Don't be family, for real, for real. Go against the grain, So I say it depends. If the situation is like something needs to be done because it's going to be a detriment to that person, or this person might harm themselves or something like that, I would say yes, go for it. Now, if they're not, it depends on what you're trying to do it for. Like, are you trying to help them with like abuse of something? Are you trying to help them from taking something that you want, like in a jealous way? Like what exactly are you trying to do? Or what's the reason? What's the cause? You know? And this is why it's important that when you're doing work or requesting for work to be done on somebody, that consultations and, advisory sessions are completed, because you have somebody getting fucked up for no reason or putting blessings on somebody who don't deserve it. Now, that's the shooting. The benefits is if it will help that person. So say for instance, you got a loved one that's like just depressed. Just so motherfucking depressed that everything they do might get them somewhere that they don't want to be. We ain't gonna put that into the air. But it might get them to somewhere you want to be, and you feel like you need to come to the aid to help. You've already seen the situation for yourself. You've been watching them. You've been looking at them. You've been hearing about shit that's been happening, and you just want to help out. Okay? So that's the benefit, because it just might be what they need, I feel like depression is also a spirit. That's the spirit of a low-level entity. That's the spirit by a low-level entity that has been attached to you, bringing you down, bringing your emotions down, fucking with your emotions, fucking with your feelings, fucking with everything, blocking you from what you really need to be able to see to get through your depression. So you have that low-level entity, that low-level demonic on your body, basically telling you life ain't good, life ain't great, just giving you all the bads, the no goods. Just, it's like this, it's in your air, it's in your head, and you can't get rid of it. So if someone is to be a worker and they're able to help their loved one with that, I would say go for it. That's a benefit. You about to help them get through their situation without the depressive part, or without the depressive act. The act of depression. Help them get rid of that low level demonic hanging on like a motherfucking chimpanzee. I feel like that. Now, I feel like also I found a nickel in here. It must be spirits offering to making this protection powder. Ooh. I don't mean to put no nickel in here. So if I didn't, somebody did. Belong to spirit now. That goes to say, with all the benefits, is you're concerned about working a loved one. Now, I say, if it's something positive, there should be no concern, no worry at all. I will only be concerned if the loved one is more so blood related versus just like a wife, or, well, not even like a wife and a husband. That's still kind of connected like this. That's like intertwined. So I would say more like, if it's a wife, husband, or someone in your bloodline, that's when you should be concerned. Because I feel like that starts fucking with your actual bloodline. If you're working a loved one and it's not with good intentions, if you're trying to fuck them up or trying to do something to them or make them learn their lesson or whatever the case may be, I feel like that's when shit come into play, where you need to like look at the ins and the outs of things, especially if it's like what is they call like immediate family. Like if you're trying to do something to your immediate family in a bad way, not in a good way, but in a bad way, yeah, I would say don't do it at all. Let spirit handle it, because that's your fucking bloodline. You've been a hex your motherfucking self. Unless you know a way around it or know the right words to say or release it into spirit, I wouldn't dare like hex an immediate family member. Like, I don't want that on the rest of the family, especially if nobody else ain't did shit. You know, that's just that person. I'm going to talk to Spirit about that one person, and Spirit will handle them. I ain't got to worry about it, you know. So that's what will be my only concern when it comes to working a loved one. If it's for left hand working, and not, you know, left hand working to help or whatever. Left hand working for, you know, negative shit. That's a big concern. And a lot of people be doing it. A lot of people, they get mad at their mama. They have issues with their mama, their daddies. They got issues with their brothers and sisters and shit. And it's just like, okay, well, you better talk to your supreme highest energy. Talk within self about that, because you do something to them you can't get rid of, or you don't know how to get rid of, that shit end up coming right back on your ass. Because that you're included within that blood. You're included within the bloodline. Dummy. Let me not call you dummy. But you feel what I'm saying? You understand? When you are doing work on like family or loved ones, that you always check in on the results. You always check in with the person. You seeing how they doing, see how they operating. When you're first doing this, the work, or you're doing the spell, whatever it is, you're checking in, right? You don't want to kind of like hover over your work, because then it's just like you don't trust that Spirit is handling it. But check-ins is checking in on basically your target, even if it's not in a negative way. Checking in on your target is justified. You don't have to be around them all the time. You don't have to be all up in their face to see, yo, is something happening? Are you good? You good? You gravy? It's just, just the regular old checkups. It stays the same way. Whatever relationship y'all had before, however y'all spoke, however often y'all spoke or talked before, keep it just like that. But make sure that you do have another relative or another loved one or family member that you could ask them about, every once in a fucking blue moon or something, to make sure they still good, that they aight, and that's only if you're doing something positive. If you're doing something bad on them, you're jinxing, hexing, cursing them, first of all, like I said, I wouldn't advise it. But you motherfuckers be doing what the hell y'all want to do anyway. So that's on you. You continue to check in on that work. And you continue to check in on that work. Spirit will tell you if it hit or not, if it worked or not. You kind of really need, you gotta, bug nobody or anything like that. I'm just saying, be cautious, okay? Because some people get like offensive and defended, like start getting into like a defensive mode and be getting all the offended and shit, like, oh well, my person did this and that to me and they deserved it. Okay, they do deserve that, but let Spirit handle it, okay? Because guess what, you still share the same blood as them, so whatever you do unto them, that's going to happen to you too. You're basically just cursing yourself, hexing yourself, jinxing yourself. So whatever you're doing under them is going to flow right back to you, because you're within that bloodline. So do get offended however you want to get offended. Take offense if you want to take offense. Don't give a fuck. It's still going to happen. Okay? Like, you cannot stop that. That's bloodline. You don't fuck with the bloodline. Okay? Period. Now, another thing is reversing or stopping it. If you start feeling that shit, if you doing left hand work on your loved one and you start feeling that shit and you need to stop it, you need to know a way to reverse whatever it is that you're trying to do in the event that this starts to happen, because it's going to happen. Like I'm telling you, it's going to happen. But in the event that you start to really, really feel it hitting your ass, or as soon as you feel it hitting your ass because you wanted them to feel it so bad, you need to find a way, or know a way already, have it prepared already to reverse or stop it. Because you want to be hard-headed. They said a hard head make a soft ass. You will land right on it. fucking yourself up. Like, period. Don't even. If it's not nothing to help that family member, I say don't do no left hand work on them at all. No matter how much you hate them, no matter how much you dislike them, no matter what they did to you. When it's coming from the bloodline or somebody close, like a husband and wife, and y'all always near each other constantly, just remember whatever you put onto them and make attached to them or attaches to them, that can attach to you because you're right there with them all the fucking time. So you gotta be careful about that. Even if you're not the one that's working them and you got somebody else working them for you, you just want to make sure that you keep yourself protected, because you don't want that shit hitting you too. If you got somebody trying to fuck them up or take them out or let them experience what you've been feeling, you don't want to feel it even more, right? So you're gonna have to find a way to either get away from them, break up with them, or just protect yourself. Keep yourself protected, like having your head covered. I don't got mine covered right now. I'm washing mine right now, but to keep yourself protected, because them low-level entities, ooh, they love them a good depressed motherfucker, fucking alcohol abuser, a goddamn baiter. Like, they love that negative shit, and they will hop and jump right up on it. If you feel with nothing but negativity, all you carry is negativity, all you do is talk down on yourself, they love that shit. They will attach to you like it ain't nobody motherfucking business. So, if you asking for work to be done on somebody, you want to make sure you ain't too much close to them. So your ass gonna be affected too. Period. All right, let me see. Okay, out of spite. So yes, I feel like if you're going to be working a loved one out of spite, think about it. Okay, think about it first. Don't do nothing out of spite, because when you do it out of spite, you're doing it without consciousness. You're doing it without preparation. You're doing it just because the fuck of it, and now you're rushing your work. So I wouldn't say don't do your work out of spite when it comes to a loved one. Write it down. Think about it, you know? Like, just think about it. I mean, I can only tell you my opinions, my suggestions, and give my advice. You're going to do anything that you want to do. You're going to do what you want to do and however you want to do it already. But I hope this helped you to come to a pause or halt when it comes to working family. If it ain't for the good, like for them to actually benefit from it, like maybe the work you're going to do is going to start helping them get employment if they're not working, or help them with sobering up if they're an alcoholic, or stop them from smoking if they're like a crackhead or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it ain't going to stop them from being a bad person, then don't do it. Don't do it, because you never know what your curse, your hex, your jinx is going to cause. You might cause a fucking child molester in a fucking family just because of your work, the work that you fucking did. You might cause this motherfucker to be a fucking psychomaniac. And he or she out here robbing motherfucking banks and looking for suicidal attempts so they could just get, gunned down or whatever. And now, like, you like, oh, shit, like, I ain't wanted to go that far, but I only wanted this to happen. Okay, so like, just think about what the fuck you about to do. All right, so don't just be doing shit out of fucking spite. Okay, you hate that motherfucker, we get it. Shit, I hate their ass for you too. But be conscious, be alert, be aware of what you about to do before you do it, because it's not going to just affect you, it's going to affect the whole motherfucking family. You're basically going to jinx, hex, curse the whole motherfucking family. Alright, now if you need some black salt protection to protect you against that family member, do that too. Go to www.moonchildmgk.com. Yes, moonchildmgk.com. This is Moonchild Magic. Okay, we abbreviating, bitch. So go ahead and type that into your web address and go to Black Salt and get your powder. Okay. You got your spiritual oils, you got your spiritual powders. All right, so that is my spiel on working the loved one. I gave you my opinions, how I feel about it when it comes to working the loved one, especially those that have blood connection to you, blood relation to you. I say, if it's not right hand work, then definitely think about doing it, or, you know, don't do it at all. Let spirit handle it, let your guys handle it, let your team handle it. Let that be out your hands. Take it up with your supreme highest energy and let spirit take it from there. And if it is something positive, think about like what it is that you're trying to do to help them out. You can even let them know how you feel and that you want to help them out with whatever you're trying to do, or speak with another family member maybe that's in the same bloodline about it. But yeah, if it's not right hand work and you're trying to do left hand work on them, I would just say just don't just don't for real, like at all, because you got to fuck up the whole motherfucking family. Like the whole family, the entire family. Okay, so don't even do it. But like I said, to get your protection salt, your black salt, you can go to www.moonchildmgk.com. You're gonna go to your, what is it? I believe it's under Hoodoo. So you're gonna go under Hoodoo, get your spiritual powders, and black salt is gonna be right there. Okay, right along with 𝒂𝒃𝒄𝒉𝒊𝒍𝒅𝒏 too, because those both are protection powders. So either one of those will work. But right now we talk about black salt. So yeah, it'd be real wicked out here. You want to always stay protected. You want to always keep up on your protection. Stay up on your protection. No matter how much protection you use, it ain't never too much to do. Like it ain't never ain't never heard nobody say that's too much protection. You got too much protection. No, he's supposed to have too much protection. It ain't never not too much protection is what I'm trying to say. Getting twisted on my words now, but you already know what it is. This is CRG. The right guy. Thanks for watching. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention is when you're doing work on anybody, always make sure you give to spirit too. You need to make sure that if you want your work to hit, that spirit got they cut too. Okay? Because they put in the real hard work. You basically, you know, you working and whatnot, but they put in the maximum amount of work. Even though it's like a partnership, it's a family ship, it's kinship with you and your team, whatever it may be, you still want to give spirit that respect. Okay? So, if you ain't sending spirit they cut, you don't even be doing shit to begin with. Alright? I say now. Thanks for watching. Later.